talking about federal withholdings. Now, we will have a specific slide on the FICA withholding, but here, these are all the types of withholdings. And if you're ever forgetting what the withholdings could be, we'll take a look at your W-2, take a look at your paycheck, and where's the money going? Well, it's going to be federal income tax. That's the big one. Then you got your Social Security tax and your Medicare tax. Now, these percentages, these will never change. I mean, at least, we'll probably hear about it if they change. Social Security tax is going to be 6.2% of the employee's gross income. And the Medicare tax is 1.45% of the employee's gross income. Now, federal withholdings from an employee's paycheck typically include federal income tax, Social Security tax, and Medicare tax. We do not care about state stuff in this exam. We'll mention it here. I'll mention it a bunch of times throughout the exam. Why is that? Well, there are 50 beautiful states and a few other municipalities in Washington, D.C., Puerto Rico, all those great places in the U.S. But yeah, there's too many states, so we're not going to worry about them. State withholdings, all that. It does exist, but we're very much focused on federal taxation for this entire exam. So yeah, you will see a deduction for your state, but we're not going to worry about that in here. Now, the federal income tax, this percentage varies based on your taxable income and your filing status. Generally, you're going to fill out your I-9, you're going to give them the W-4, all the information when you sign up for your job. You're going to say how much you want withheld, if you're single, married, filing jointly, all that good stuff. These other amounts, Social Security tax, Medicare tax, difference here being Social Security tax, this is going to have a maximum wage base, whereas Medicare tax, there's no wage cap, so you're paying this all the way up. You want to make sure you memorize the maximum wage base. This will be in our memorization guide as well. Let's see an example. Assume an employee earns $60,000 per year and is paid monthly, so $5,000 per month, gross income there. Federal income tax, and this is just talking about withholding. This isn't going into anything tax specific. This is just introducing the concept of withholding. If this is something new to you, I mean, probably not new to you if you're working, but maybe you just never thought about it. So this withholding, what happens? They withhold, let's say, $800 per month based on the employee's taxable income and filing status. This is the money that your employer takes from your paycheck, gives it to the IRS, gives it to the government, and usually, statistically speaking, it's going to result in a refund for you, an overpayment for you, and you'll get that money back when you submit your tax return. The Social Security tax, well, that's 6.2% of the $5,000. They're going to withhold $310. And the Medicare tax, that's 1.45% of the $5,000, giving you $7,250. What is our total federal withholdings? Meaning you're going to see $5,000 per month minus all of this. And again, minus state withholding as well, but we're not going to worry about that for the exam. So you're going to see in your paycheck per month, $5,000 minus $800 minus $310 minus $7,250. So in total, minus $1,182.50. And then you also see minus 401k, all that. But we're talking about federal withholding here. Now, in this example, the employee would have this amount withheld from their monthly paycheck for federal taxes. Now, keep in mind that the federal income tax withholding will vary. If you are a higher income earning individual, you're probably going to see a higher withholding. Which is how it works. We've got our marginal tax brackets. Excess FICA withheld. Now, the Federal Insurance Contributions Act, FICA, good old FICA, you gotta love to see it. It's a payroll tax withheld from employees' wages and matched by employers to fund Social Security and Medicare programs. So we see Social Security and Medicare are the 2 points that make up FICA. The withholding process involves employers deducting a specific percentage from employees' paychecks for both of these and contributing an equal amount, ensuring proper funding for the social insurance programs. We talk about this in our government programs lesson all the way down at the very end. We'll get there, not too tough of a lesson. When excess FICA is withheld, if an individual has 2 or more employers, they can claim the excess as a credit against their income tax. Now, generally speaking, yeah, if anything is withheld too much from you, you're going to say, hey, on your tax return, this was withheld in excess of what it should have been. You'll get a refund for it. However, if the excess is withheld by a single employer, the employer must refund the excess to the employee directly and no credit is available. As we saw, 6.2%, that's the Social Security tax rate. Current year Social Security wage base limit. This is something I am going to want you to be familiar with. Let's see an example here. Well, we've got the Social Security tax rate of 6.2% and the current year Social Security wage base limit. Let's say this year it's $150,000. This is just a number for our example. And we've got 2 jobs in a given year. Now, this could be at the same time. Maybe it's 2 part-time jobs, or maybe you had 1 job for the beginning of the year, the second job for the second part of the year. For job A, you earn $100,000 and you have $6,200 withheld for Social Security tax. There we go, nice little calculation. And then the second job, you earn $75,000 and you have $4,650 withheld for Social Security tax. In total, you earned $175,000 and had $10,850 withheld for your Social Security tax. However, the Social Security wage base limit is $150,000, meaning you don't have to pay based on anything more than this. And why would this have been withheld? Well, the jobs didn't know about each other. I mean, it's not their job to communicate with each other and say, oh, yeah, no, hey, you job all the way over there. I know that you're withholding from my employee's paycheck, so let's communicate. No, that's not how that works. So you should not be paying this 6.2% on anything over $150,000. So the total maximum amount that anyone would pay here is 6.2% of $150,000, which is $9,300. However, you had $10,850 withheld in total. So you see, the difference there is going to be the money you get back. The correct amount should have been the $9,300 because you made more than that. Now, since you paid more than that in Social Security taxes, you have an excess of $1,550 withheld. Now, again, is this a credit? No, this is not a credit at all. We're not talking about credits, but it essentially functions the same as a credit, right? It's money directly back, dollar for dollar, to your wallet. When filing your tax return, you can claim this excess FICA amount as a refundable credit, which will either reduce your overall tax liability or increase your refund, depending on how it all works out in the end. Hey there! Are you ready to not only pass your CPA exams, but truly understand and enjoy the material while studying? I know it seems impossible, right? Especially to enjoy the material? We'll do it together. Tap into the power of CPA.examprep.ai, where we've got personalized quizzes, multiple choice questions, memorization guides, flashcards, simulations, all tailored to your learning. Our adaptive study planning puts you on the fastest path to success and lifts you back up if you fall behind. Avoid wasting your precious time and money attempting an exam with a low chance of passing, because who wants that? We want to get you through this process as quick as possible. Our exam readiness prediction lets you walk in with confidence, knowing that you're prepared for success on exam day. Thankfully, there's no payment method needed to get started, so why don't you come join us? Visit cpa.examprep.ai and let's achieve your exam success together.